Batman. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Your entrance was good, his was better.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right?
When Batman Forever hit theaters in 1995, it marked a dramatic transformation in the cinematic world of Gotham City. After the dark and gothic tone of Tim Burton's first two Batman films, this new installment brought a vibrant energy filled with color, charisma, and a more comic book-inspired style that contrasted sharply with the brooding atmosphere audiences had grown accustomed to. Directed by Joel Schumacher, the film reimagined Batman for a broader audience, blending action, humor, and spectacle in a way that both honored and reinvented the Caped Crusader's legacy. From the moment the iconic bat symbol flashes across the screen, it's clear that Batman Forever sought to be both a continuation and a reinvention, a Batman film that wasn't afraid to shine in neon. The story dives into the duality of Bruce Wayne like never before. Val Kilmer steps into the cape and cowl, bringing a more conflicted, introspective take on the Dark Knight. His Bruce Wayne is torn between his life as Gotham's billionaire playboy and his alter ego as its protector, a man haunted by trauma and questions of identity. The film captures this internal struggle through both psychological tension and visual symbolism, contrasting Wayne's sleek lifestyle with Batman's lonely crusade in the shadows. What makes Kilmer's portrayal interesting is how he balances the emotional depth of the character with a calm, stoic composure that feels very different from the intensity Michael Keaton brought before him. His Batman is more human, more vulnerable, and this emotional dimension becomes the heart of the story. As for the villains, Batman Forever delivers two of the most flamboyant and unforgettable antagonists in the entire franchise, the Riddler and Two-Face. Jim Carrey's performance as Edward Nygma, the brilliant yet unstable scientist turned riddle-obsessed criminal, is an explosion of energy and eccentricity. Carrey transforms every scene into a chaotic spectacle, filling the screen with manic laughter, flamboyant costumes, and a sense of danger disguised beneath his comedic charm. His Riddler represents the obsessive nature of intellect and the thirst for validation, a reflection of how genius can warp into madness when left unchecked. Alongside him is Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Dent, now transformed into the maniacal Two-Face after a tragic accident. Jones plays him with gleeful insanity, constantly flipping his coin to decide between justice and destruction. The chemistry between the two villains becomes one of the film's defining dynamics, a partnership of chaos driven by ego and envy, each pushing the other toward greater extremes. The introduction of Robin also gave Batman Forever a sense of legacy and renewal. Chris O'Donnell plays Dick Grayson, a young circus acrobat who loses his family in a tragic accident orchestrated by Two-Face. His journey from grief to vengeance, and ultimately to partnership with Batman, adds emotional depth and a sense of growth to the story. Grayson's arc explores themes of loss and responsibility, mirroring Bruce Wayne's own trauma, but from a younger, more rebellious perspective. The relationship between the two evolves from resentment to mutual respect, giving the film a father-son undertone that strengthens its emotional core. By the time Grayson embraces his identity as Robin, it feels like a moment of triumph, not just for him, but for Batman, who finally finds a way to share his mission and confront his solitude. Nicole Kidman's Dr. Chase Meridian adds a psychological and romantic layer to the narrative. A criminal psychologist fascinated by the mind of Batman, she becomes both a love interest and a mirror for Bruce's internal struggle. Her fascination with Batman's duality, his darkness and his heroism, forces Bruce to question whether he can ever truly separate the two sides of himself. Kidman plays Chase with confidence and allure, but also with intelligence, making her more than just a romantic subplot. She challenges Bruce to confront who he really is, giving their chemistry a spark that blends passion with philosophical tension. Visually, Batman Forever stands out as one of the most colorful and stylized entries in the Batman film series. Gotham City becomes a sprawling metropolis of neon lights, towering statues, and surreal architecture that feels both futuristic and mythic. Schumacher and production designer Barbara Ling reimagined the city as a glowing urban jungle, where every corner bursts with life and danger. This shift from Burton's Gothic tone to Schumacher's hyper-stylized world marked a clear turning point for the franchise. The film's vibrant color palette, elaborate sets, and kinetic camera work make it a feast for the eyes, creating a visual identity that still sparks discussion among fans today. The action sequences are fast-paced and filled with inventive set pieces that capture the energy of classic comic book adventures. From high-speed chases through Gotham's neon streets to gravity-defying battles atop skyscrapers, the film embraces spectacle without losing the essence of its characters. The Batmobile, redesigned with glowing fins and sleeker shape, becomes a symbol of this new era of Batman, flashier, faster, and made for a more colorful kind of chaos. The choreography balances physicality and fun, giving Batman's fights a dynamic rhythm that feels both intense and entertaining. One of the most memorable elements of Batman Forever is its soundtrack. The film featured a mix of orchestral themes and contemporary music that perfectly captured the tone of the mid-90s. Two's Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, and Seal's Kiss from a Rose became instant hits, each reflecting a different side of Batman's persona, the glamorous hero admired by all, and the lonely man behind the mask. The blend of music, visuals, and energy gave the movie a unique pop culture identity, helping it stand apart from its predecessors. Behind the scenes, Batman Forever represented a major transition for the franchise. After Tim Burton stepped back from directing, Joel Schumacher took over with a mandate to make the series more family-friendly and commercially accessible. Warner Bros. Wanted a lighter tone and broader appeal, which led to creative decisions that emphasized color, humor, and action over gothic darkness. While this shift divided fans, it undeniably revitalized the Batman brand at the box office. The film became a commercial success, proving that audiences were ready to see a different interpretation of The Dark Knight. It also introduced a wave of new merchandising opportunities from toys to apparel that expanded Batman's presence in pop culture beyond the screen. Despite its success, Batman Forever has often been remembered as the film that set the stage for the more divisive Batman and Robin 2 years later. However, revisiting it today reveals that it struck a careful balance between darkness and light, between drama and entertainment. Kilmer's performance, the emotional arcs, and the film's striking design choices all give it a distinct identity that deserves appreciation on its own terms. It bridges the gap between Burton's brooding vision and Schumacher's flamboyant one, serving as a midpoint in the evolution of cinematic Batman. The psychological depth of Batman Forever also deserves attention. The film spends considerable time exploring Bruce Wayne's inner turmoil, his memories of his parents' death, and his struggle with guilt and identity. Through dream sequences and emotional flashbacks, we see how his mission as Batman is both a burden and a purpose. It's not just a fight against villains, it's a fight within himself. The inclusion of Chase Meridian as a psychologist allows the narrative to confront these issues directly, giving viewers insight into what drives Bruce beyond vengeance. Jim Carrey's Riddler, though comedic and flamboyant, plays an important symbolic role in this exploration. His obsession with understanding and controlling the human mind mirrors Bruce's attempt to understand his own psyche. The Riddler's quest for knowledge becomes a distorted reflection of Batman's quest for truth. Similarly, Two-Face embodies the theme of duality that defines the film. His coin flip, determining life or death, is a literal representation of the choices Bruce faces between his humanity and his masked persona, between justice and obsession. The film's climactic sequences bring these themes to a head. When Batman must choose between saving Chase or Robin, it becomes more than just a physical dilemma. It's a test of his growth. For the first time, Bruce realizes that he doesn't have to be defined solely by his pain or his past. By embracing both sides of himself, he becomes whole. The resolution delivers not only action and spectacle, but also a meaningful emotional payoff, showing that Batman's greatest victory isn't defeating villains, it's understanding himself. Even with its flashy tone, Batman Forever carries layers of meaning beneath its colorful surface. It's a film about identity, acceptance, and the power of choice. It celebrates the idea that heroism doesn't come from perfection, but from perseverance. Bruce Wayne's journey reminds us that even the darkest past can lead to light if one chooses to face it, rather than hide from it. Looking back, Batman Forever stands as a symbol of the 1990s era of superhero cinema, bold, experimental, and unafraid to mix style with substance. It redefined what a Batman movie could look like, paving the way for future reinterpretations that would continue to evolve the legend. While later films would return to a grittier tone, the legacy of Batman Forever remains essential to understanding the franchise's evolution. It dared to reinvent Gotham, to embrace spectacle without losing soul, and to show that even heroes can have fun under the mask. In many ways, Batman Forever was a reflection of its time, a product of mid-90s optimism, style, and excess, but it also carried timeless messages about identity and courage. Its mix of heart, humor, and heroism still resonates with fans who appreciate it as more than just a colorful detour. It's a story about a man searching for balance, about the line between light and darkness, and about finding strength in one's own duality. For all its flair and flash, Batman Forever remains a heartfelt chapter in the legacy of the Dark Knight, proving that even in the brightest glow of Gotham's neon lights, the shadow of the Bat will always endure.